sudden and shocking death of rap star Juice WRLD.
Police saying drugs, guns, and prescription codeine were all found on the 21-year-old's plane just moments before his medical emergency.
On December 8, 2019, in Christ Medical Center in Oak Lawn, at 3:14 a.m., 6 days after his birthday, music legend Juice WRLD, known for his unique rap that blended elements of hip-hop, pop, and R&B, died of an accidental overdose.
He goes in and does the entire song from start to finish, the whole song, the entire thing. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, however long the beat is, he's going. So he does the whole song, and he goes, all right, run it back again. Does a whole different song, complete different song. Then he goes, all right, run it back one more time. Whole different song again, and then he goes, pick the best one. And then we do it 9 more times, each time I'm in with him. And it was, in that moment, my jaw dropped. And I said, oh, I'm in the room with a superstar. Like, I'm in a room with a guy who's gonna go down in history as one of the greatest artists of all time.
In this video, we'll examine the last days, hours, minutes, and seconds that led to the untimely death of the legendary rapper. On December 2, 1998, Jarad Anthony Higgins, known professionally as Juice WRLD, was born and raised in a suburb of Chicago. He spent his childhood years in Calumet Park and later his high school years in Homewood. His stage name, which he stated represents taking over the world, was derived from the crime thriller film Juice 1992. His parents divorced when he was 3 years old, and he was raised primarily by his mother, Carmela Wallace, with his older brother named Brian Wallace. He was mentioned in some of his songs, and in a 2018 interview, Juice WRLD talked about how close he was to his brother. Michael has remained somewhat out of the public eye, but it's clear that Juice WRLD had a strong relationship with him. Little is known about Juice's father, but Juice shared on social media back in 2019 that his father had passed away.
Everybody that's sending me condolences and shit, appreciate you, I love you, appreciate you. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. Yeah, that mean the world to me, so I appreciate all the condolences and prayers and, you know, all that stuff. It works. That stuff is real, so I appreciate it.
Juice WRLD started playing the piano when he was 4 years old, and by the time he was in middle school, he was interested in freestyling and making music. Juice WRLD's mother initially didn't want him to pursue a career in rap. He has said in interviews that she was concerned about the negative aspects of the rap industry, and she thought he could achieve success in a different field. However, he was very determined to make music. Juice WRLD began listening to rap music at his cousin's house. His cousin had a huge collection of CDs, and Juice WRLD would listen to them for hours, discovering new artists and developing his own taste in music. In interviews, he has said that this experience was instrumental in his development as an artist. His cousin introduced him to artists like Kanye West, Lil Wayne, and Young Jeezy, all of whom would later have an influence on his music, and eventually his mother became supportive of his career. She would pay for Juice WRLD piano lessons when he was a child. Juice WRLD had said that he started taking lessons when he was about 5 years old, and that they were the reason he became interested in music in the first place. His mother encouraged him to continue with his lessons even when he got older, and it's clear that she was committed to helping him develop his musical talent. Juice WRLD would later credit his mother with helping him to become the artist he was.
I've been playing piano ever since I've been like 4, and then guitar I picked up around like 7th to 8th grade.
In high school, he also started to use music as a way to deal with his mental health issues and began to experiment with drugs, which would become a major theme in his music and his personal life. At this time, Juice WRLD was going by the name Juice the Kid, and he was experimenting with different styles and sounds. Juice recorded most of his first tracks on a cell phone, uploading them to SoundCloud in his sophomore year. The income he received from his music back then was not enough to support himself, and Juice WRLD worked at a factory before he became a full-time musician. He was still in high school at the time, and he worked the overnight shift at a factory that produced car batteries, but he was later fired within 2 weeks. He has said that this job was extremely difficult, and that it gave him a deeper appreciation for the opportunities he later had in the music industry.
I worked at this motherfucking car factory on some 8 Mile shit. I swear to God. That shit was so depressing though. So say me and you know what I'm saying? Say we work at the same place and say we making car handles or some shit. And it's like, say you 60 years old. And I have a conversation with you and some of these motherfuckers was telling me, yeah, I've been here for 15 years, 20 years.
Like,
and I'm, nigga, I just got here and I'm working the same shit as you working. And the only difference between me and you is you got just a little bit more benefits and you could be sick a day and I can't.
He's saying they settled.
Yeah.
They probably didn't even have no bigger dreams.
Juice WRLD's first song, Forever, was released in 2015, when he was just 17 years old. The song was produced by his cousin, who was still an important figure in his career at the time. Forever was the beginning of Juice WRLD's professional music career, and it led to him signing with the record label Grade A Productions. The song was released on SoundCloud, and it quickly gained a following. In 2017 he released his debut EP 999, which featured tracks such as Lucid Dreams and All Girls Are the Same. These tracks gained popularity on SoundCloud and helped him secure a record deal with Interscope Records. In 2018, he released his debut studio album Goodbye and Good Riddance, which peaked at number 6 on the US Billboard 200 chart. The album featured hit singles such as Armed and Dangerous and Black and White. Juice WRLD's second studio album Death Race for Love was released in March 2019 and debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 chart. The album featured hit singles such as Robbery and Hear Me Calling. Juice WRLD also collaborated with other artists such as Future, Lil Uzi Vert, and Benny Blanco during his career. Juice WRLD music was known for its introspective lyrics and freestyling ability. He was also known for taking inspiration from other artists such as Future. Future and Juice WRLD were friends and collaborators in the music industry. Juice WRLD was known to have taken inspiration from Future's music, and he credited Future for introducing him to lean, a codeine cough syrup that has risen in popularity among rap artists. In a 2018 interview with Vulture, Juice WRLD said that he told Future that he was the first person to introduce him to lean, to which Future replied, "Wow," and apologized. However, Future has also been accused of being a bad influence on Juice WRLD drug use. In an interview with XXL, Future addressed these accusations and said that he was heartbroken by Juice WRLD's death. He also said that he did not intend to influence Juice WRLD drug use, and that he was just being himself. His music has been described as a blend of hip-hop, emo rap, trap, SoundCloud rap, alternative rock, pop rap, and alternative hip-hop. On December 8, 2019, 6 days after his 21st birthday, Higgins was aboard a private Gulfstream jet flying from Van Nuys Airport in Los Angeles to Midway International Airport in Chicago. Law enforcement officers were waiting for the jet to arrive because the pilot had alerted authorities while the flight was en route that they suspected members of Juice WRLD entourage had guns and drugs on the plane. It is alleged that upon hearing that there was going to be a search on the plane by law enforcement, sources allege that Juice WRLD swallowed multiple Percocet pills in order to hide them from federal agents. Over 70 pounds of vacuum-sealed marijuana, 6 bottles of prescription codeine cough syrup, 2 9mm pistols, a 40 caliber pistol, high-capacity ammunition magazine and metal-piercing bullet were found on the plane. 2 of his bodyguards were arrested for gun possession, but one was released without bail and the other posted bond. The Chicago Police Department had taken over the marijuana investigation, but no charges were filed. No one on the plane is admitted to owning the 70 pounds of marijuana, and there were no identifying features. It is also reported that Juice WRLD was initially searched by federal agents while leaving the country for Australia from Los Angeles on November 18th. It's unclear if anything was found, but Juice WRLD and his entourage were allowed to make the journey. Juice WRLD was pronounced dead at around 3:15 a.m. on December 8th at Advocate Christ Medical Center in Oak Lawn, Illinois. He had been transferred from Chicago Midway International Airport after suffering from a seizure from the accidental overdose upon landing in Chicago from California. On January 22nd, over a month after his death, Cook County Medical Examiner's Office determined that Juice WRLD death was caused by an accidental overdose of oxycodone and codeine. Higgins' funeral was held on December 13, 2019, at the Holy Temple Cathedral Church of God in Christ in Harvey, Illinois. Friends and family were in attendance, including collaborators Ski Mask the Slump God and Young Thug. He was later buried at Beverly Cemetery in Illinois. Higgins' mother expressed hope that her son's legacy would help others in their battles with addiction, saying addiction knows no boundaries and its impact goes beyond the person fighting it. We know that Jarad's legacy of love, joy, and emotional honesty will live on. She later established the Live Free 999 Fund in honor of Higgins and the battle he fought against addiction, anxiety, and depression.